Question number 25. Look at the graphs below. Which of the following statements is false? I'm going to underline that false. That is very, very, very important in this question, because we want to look at the answer choices when we get done labeling our graphs out. We want to look at the answer choices and say, that's not right. That's not true. That's a false statement. The way I would attack this problem first is when I'm given these four different graphs, and I look at my answer choices and I'm looking at slopes of a line. So I would just label each one of these graphs out as to what the line represents. Now they have darkened in the X and the Y axis, and they've given us lighter colored lines that have a line K, L, line M, and line N on them. I'm going to go and label on each graph what the slope of that line is. Line K is a horizontal line. The slope of that line is going to be 0. Line L is a line that falls from left to right on the graph. That is a negative slope line. Line M is a line that is vertical, straight up and down. That slope is undefined. And I think of it in this way. If we had a man who was walking across the graph, did he go up, down, stay the same, or is it even possible for him to walk straight up? And it would not be. So a man walking can't walk straight up a wall, so to speak. And look at line N. Line N is rising as you move from left to right on the graph. So that would be a positive slope. So now that we've labeled out each one of our graphs with the slope, now we can look at the answer choices and then look at our graph and see, is that true or false? The slope of line K is undefined, so I find line K. Line K is this one here. It says in this statement that is undefined. That is false because the slope is 0 of that line. So I would say that A is a false statement. And I'm going to double check with B, C, and D just to make sure. The slope of line L is negative, so I find line L, the second graph, and yes, that is a negative slope. It's falling as you move from left to right across the graph. C, the slope of line M is undefined. Yes, M is a vertical line, which is undefined, straight up and down. And the slope of line N is positive, so I look here, and that is rising as you move left to right across the graph, which is positive slope. So, in fact, answer choice A is the false answer.